let's take the two possibilities. The first is, how long does the negotiation process take? That usually is relatively fast. So I contact the creditor on behalf of my client and say, my client's having some problems. We'd like to come up with a settlement agreement that's going to make this manageable. Creditor asks me for the appropriate documentation to support my assertions, which I forward on to the creditor. And it might take a couple of weeks for the creditor to become convinced, yes, this really is, as you said it is, and we're willing to work with your client. And we draft a settlement agreement, and everybody signs it, and that takes care of the problem. So that might be a couple of weeks. If on the other hand, and I should add, I have done settlement agreements where it's a big amount of money, where I've represented a business with a creditor, and we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because there's so much money involved, then the creditor is going to take more time to evaluate the proposal. But even then, it's usually not more than a month. Now to the other way to understand the question: how long until the debt settlement has been fully consummated? In other words, when the debt has finally been taken care of. Well, that's going to depend on what is in the settlement agreement. There might be a provision that says you just make one lump sum payment and that's that, and you're going to get the money from your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, whoever it is. And so that won't take long at all, just as long as it takes for you to get the loan and make the payment. More likely, there's going to be a succession of payments, maybe monthly payments over 6 months, a year, 5 years I've had. And in that situation, well, it's just going to depend on the terms of the settlement agreement. So that interpretation of the question is a little harder to answer because there are so many factors that can go into the content of the settlement agreement.